Personal brand is more of a personal journey. It means throughout the day, you're recording your videos or creating content, whatever niche you are, whether in gaming or whether in business, whether in whatever topics that you prefer, you must have your own niche. So what we mean by niche is in terms of the topics that you create in your own videos or content posts in LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. It's the topic that will circulate all over, right? It's your message. It's your brand message. What we mean by brand is it could be you. You yourself is your brand. That's called personal brand. Your personality, your expertise, and your experience is your brand. In terms of business brand, on the other hand, we have this Coca-Cola, Amazon. Those are professional or business brand. They have their own colors. They have their own brand font, etc. Those are the fundamentals when it comes to branding. But in terms of personal brand, you're going to be like your content creator. You're the one who's like talking to the camera. You are your own brand. Your message is your own brand. But in order to build your own brand, in the very first place, you must have your purpose, right? The purpose, why you're doing this. So if you have a mission, for example, mission to educate, entertain, and inspire people, the purpose is going to be the why of that mission. Why do you want to educate, entertain, and inspire the next generation? That will be your purpose. If you have that purpose, then you can now create content according to that purpose. Because in personal brand, it's more about longevity and sustainability. You have to create content that's sustainable, that you can commit to. So the bare minimum is like 1 time a week uploading it on social media platforms, for me more specifically on YouTube. So I tend to balance between these two: school, business, YouTube, etc. and so forth, and also coach people about that. So personal brand is more like a work in terms of its structure, because if you want to build it successfully, you must know how to build a community. So building a community takes a lot of time, but mostly in your very first month or year, it's going to be hard because no one's going to view your videos much often, or like practically zero. Or in YouTube, it's going to be like, you will say like no views at all. But that's perfectly normal. And if you're going to start with a personal brand, you're going to create a lot of mistakes and you're not going to be successful. There's no such thing as overnight success. Even though that you're so skillful or very good at public speaking when it comes to vlogging, etc. and so forth, or creating content, or you have a background that you learned from the agency that you previously worked with, when you start posting on social media, it's not going to get the views like quickly. It really depends also in the algorithm. So it requires patience and perseverance as well, and continuous learning. Because if you just like watch a single video or learn just this month and then the next month, that's not going to be consistent, not going to learn, you're just going to apply. I think that's really impractical, because to be successful in personal branding, every business, you must constantly learn, like learn, apply, not learn the whole month on this and then apply on the next month. So you have to learn, take action, so that you can have retention or you can remember things. Because the greatest form of learning is number 1, teaching. Number 2 is action, taking action. So it's more like a repetition. If you want to build your personal brand, you must also be inclined to your authenticity when it comes to your personality, and not focus too much on virality. And many people, like, they're just beginning, they over analyze their analytics. Oh, I need to like increase my retention rate or watch time or average view duration. I need to increase how people converted to my traffic, etc. Those are numbers, metrics. This is very good if you want to measure your performance, but I strongly suggest that you don't actually focus more on that, especially if you're beginning from 1 to 3 months. Because assuming that you don't have any experience when it comes to personal branding, you're just beginning and then just beginning editing videos, it's going to be hard, and it's going to be not going to be perfect, not going to be great, guarantee. Especially if it's your first time, second time, third time, and you wouldn't know the difference about a great video. You don't know what the fundamentals of a great video. So you will learn a lot of mistakes. So for the past 25 videos, you will see this video that I thought was great and was perfected. It was not actually great. Imagine this is there. And through those mistakes that you have, those are stepping stones that you can succeed in a specific platform. And when it comes to personal branding, I do recommend that you focus only on one platform and then you expand to other platforms. Also, when it comes to niche, I've mentioned before, it's a topic that you going to talk about. For me, it's more about self-improvement, agency building. But when it comes to niche, it's also important for you to monetize your niche, to make money from the niche, to profit from your passion. How do you do that? There's another definition of niche, which we call giving specific services to specific clients. So many freelancers or students I've met my coaching services is They offer their services in a wide variety of forms. They're not specific. They offer social media, virtual assistant, social media management, marketing, and digital marketing. And then they also do video content creation, video editing. So that's not specific. And they also offer to broad audience. For me, it's specific for real estate. For them, it's all about offering various broad services to broad market. They can offer their services to chiropractors, to doctors, to lawyers, to business owners. So that creates confusion. That's not a niche. And we can even call it a niche because, again, a definition of a niche is offering specific services to specific clients. And most of all, if you want to build your personal brand, must also take on or hold on to the future. If I create this content now, how will I treat it as a portfolio or as a way to establish my credibility in the topic so that people would pay me? So you have to consider that in terms of your passion, practicality, and profit. So if you learn how to do this formula, you will have your own personal brand. A personal brand is endless, so you have to do it for the rest of your life on a more practical way. If you want to end it, then it's up to you. But especially when it comes to creating content, you must ensure that it's evergreen. What we mean by evergreen, it's useful for the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, even better. Because if you create those content, that will create you evergreen revenue for evergreen traffic. What we mean by traffic, those are people, potential customers that might see your video and be converted to actual customers. So you have to consider that. There's a lot of considerations when it comes to creating content. It's not just about virality, it's about creating also evergreen videos or creating search engine optimized videos. What we mean by that is specific keywords your potential customer search, and then they search this, they will find your video because the video has a search term that people are searching. Then your video appeared, and they click it, their traffic, their potential customer, and then they'll watch the video, the other video, then they trust you, and then buy your product. It's important to be familiar of SEO or search engine optimization so that you can rank your videos based on what people are searching for. And you also have to understand algorithms. So there's a quotation that says that what works today will not work tomorrow. So that is exactly how algorithm works. And algorithm is always changing from TikTok to Facebook to Instagram. They've been changing always. So if we're going to search on the library and discuss about Google paid search ads or Facebook algorithm, after the next year, that would be invalid because that's not an evergreen topic. That's not going to be relevant for the next 5 years or 10 years. You have to understand that algorithm is ever changing and it's not constant. It really depends on what it prioritizes. Does it prioritize sales? Does the social media platform prioritize viewer engagement? And does the platform prioritize on how long people stay on the platform, or how long did they watch the video, or how long did they watch the ad? So you have to understand that social media is a company where its customers is based on attention. So the revenue is attention. How long people watch content, or how long they watch their ads, and then they create the revenue, and then they share the profit to content creators like us. You must know how the social media platform works, how the algorithm works, how the SEO search engine works, what are the fundamentals of a good, viral, or authentic, or personal, or valuable video. Then you also assess yourself. How do you help someone, maybe a younger version of yourself?